Hey, church family, it's Pastor Tim. It's September the 13th. Yeah, I'm with Tom Breeden today, and I want to introduce him to you. Tom, say hi to the church.
Hi, East Cobb Church. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person in October.
October 16th, you're coming.
Yes, October 16th.
Man, I can't wait to have you here. I met Tom at General Assembly this last year. Church, I just want to tell you the story. It's kind of a funny story. We went to a convention, or not convention, but it was a seminar. We went to a seminar at General Assembly. It was a luncheon seminar, and sat at a table with a bunch of people. And I sat next to this guy I didn't know, Tom, and started talking to him and just engaging with him. And he was asking me, very gracious man, was asking me about what life was like as a pastor during the pandemic. And, I was honest with him. It's pretty polarizing, both politically. The virus was pretty polarizing within the church and certainly within the broader community. And Tom said something to me as we had that discussion that really struck me. Tom, remind me of that phrase.
Polarization thrives on threat.
Okay, tell me what that means. Polarization thrives on a threat.
Right. So one of the things that I think we all learned sort of acutely during the pandemic is that we're not made to be alone. And in fact, in the Garden of Eden, it's the only thing prior to sin that God says isn't good. Adam was alone. And so we're made to be in people. We're made to be with people and have groups. And anytime that we perceive a threat, we circle the wagons. We come into our group. And so that could be a physical threat. It could be an emotional threat. It could be like an identity threat. Anything that makes us feel under siege triggers that defensive response.
And we circle the wagons with our group, but that group might be everyone who perceives the same threat.
Right.
So now it's a threat group. It's a group that feels threatened that's circling the wagons. What was really funny about that, Tom, is that you and I are sitting here having this conversation and I'm just eating it up, man. We were in a seminar and the guy got up to speak and he started talking about all the threats to us and to the PCA. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, I think I even leaned over to you and said, what was that phrase again? Polarization only exists in the presence of a threat. Sounds like a lot of threats that we face. I mean, I thought that was hilarious, man, but it did make me as a pastor go, man, is my preaching about threats, about the fear of our community, the fear of whatever, or is it more about the power and the grace of God? And that's what's contributing that threat. You look at the political world, that's all the advertisements you hear. The threat, this group is a threat, that group's a threat. And that's how they make their money, and that's how they create division and turn out the vote, isn't it?
Right. And it resonates. I mean, there was some study I remember looking at some time ago about how negative emotions make 10 times the impression on us that positive ones do. Mm. So, and this is why we see so many negative headlines in the news, is because we read them. If it's a happy story, we go, oh, that's nice. And we kind of go on about our day. But if it's something frightening or threatening, we'll hold on to it. I mean, as we think about our place as ambassadors of the gospel, if we see our neighbors as threats, that's gonna condition a particular way of responding to them. Mm. Whereas the gospel calls us not to see them as threats to be defeated, but as friends to be won. Like, we're supposed to go to them and love them and serve them. Mm. But if they're dangerous to us, then it's just not something we're going to do.
Yeah, that's right. And we're going to end up pushing them outside the community instead of welcoming them in.
Right.
Tell us quickly what organization you work for.
So I am the pastoral advisor at the One America Movement, which is a nonprofit that works with faith communities around the country, and then specifically through the Matthew 5-9 Fellowship, which works specifically with Christians, just to deal with all of this division and polarization and try to help us be the church that Jesus prayed we would be.
That's good. All right, brother. Well, I look forward to seeing you. Church family, mark your calendars for October the 16th. Pastor Tom is going to be here. He's a teaching elder in the PCA and my friend. And we're looking forward to having him here and hearing from him.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hope to see
All
you
right,
in
brother.
October.